Hello everyone, welcome to Google Basic, brought to you by Friends University and myself, Jim Zimmer. I'm going to walk you through a couple things just as an introductory and make sure you're off to a good start, and hopefully after that, if you have any questions, you can feel free to email me and we'll try to go from there. Okay? So with no further ado, the first thing you're going to get from me is this email right here on my screen. It's going to welcome you back. It's going to give you some information. And the main thing is, after you read all this, is that I want you to watch this video. So here you are watching the video. It was located right here. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the slides instructions. And so I run this course a little differently maybe than some of your other Moodle courses that you have. I actually like to use a HyperDoc, or in this case HyperSlides. So I have set up, and hopefully it'll pop up here in a second, so a set of slides that will help guide you through all of your assignments. My internet's struggling a little bit, so hopefully this will load a little quicker in the next couple things I show you. But here's the basic slides. I did give you a quick access point to the course syllabus if you wanted to see it. That's where the point values for each assignment is if you want to look at that. But basically this whole set of slides, it's a set of 11 slides that's going to walk you through the course. So the first slide after your introductory slide here is assignment 1, and it's going to walk you through, and you have written instructions if you'd rather follow those, or I also put in here some video instructions. Now I have a separate set of instructions for creating a folder and then adding a priority, creating a team drive, optional, all that stuff. If it says optional, you're not getting a grade, but it's something you could do. Okay? So adding a priority and creating a team drive are optional for you. Some of the basic things that you're going to get out of this particular assignment are over here on the right-hand side, and I did my best to do that in each of your slides as you go and you move on to each assignment. And then I also tried to put different important pieces of information, like when you get done creating your new folder, you're going to share that whole folder with me, at this email. This is the email I use separate from my regular school email to manage the work that you guys complete. Okay? So this is assignment 1, and then you go to assignment 2, and it's going to have you create a basic Google Doc, and it's going to have you do these elements. If you believe that you can do all these, or you have done this information before in a separate document that you have already created, please feel free to use anything that you have already made that meets these criteria. My main goal for offering this course is to help you understand how to use Google Docs and or give you the credit you deserve for already knowing and being able to do this. So you can earn some valuable pieces for your credit, I guess you could say, being college credit, being maybe moving on the pay scale, and just basically recognizing that you are capable and you are willing and ready to use these pieces of information. Okay? So that's assignment 2. Assignment 3, that's where you're going to create what's called the Weapon of Mass Education doc. Just kind of a funny name for me, and I thought it was clever to use that with my Google Basic Training scenario. Basically, this document is similar to what I have created here with the slides. It's a document that has all the assignments listed in one place. It's also known as a HyperDoc, if you want to call it that, or HyperSlides in this case is what I call these because they're slides. And basically that's what I'm having you create, and using different aspects of Google's main drive components, sheets, slides, docs, and forms. Okay, so that's what this course is mainly about. So after you do assignment 3, that's the doc version. Assignment 4 is going to tackle sheets. After you do assignment 4, it's going to have you paste the link of assignment 4, and assignment 3 you should paste into your Weapon of Mass Education. And I'll give you an example of that here in a second, what it'll look like at the end. After assignment 5, I want you to know assignment 5 is simply adding the link to your sheets that you completed to your Weapon of Mass Education that you created in assignment 3. Okay, so don't try to make that too complicated. That's literally all you do with assignment 5. Okay, assignment 6 is then you're going to create some slides and you're going to show me you can do these things in slides. And then assignment 7, you're literally just adding the link back to your Weapon of Mass Education. Assignment 8 is creating the forms and doing some of these pieces in forms to help you become a little competent with that if you're not already. And then the last piece the last two pieces I should say, you're going to post your link to your forms into your weapon of mass education, and then you're going to write a reflection. The information for the reflection is right here, and you're going to write that reflection on your weapon of mass education underneath all the things you have posted. So I have an example for you just to make sure you understand. Here's an example right here. Let me open it up. So very simply put, assignment 2, assignment 4, assignment 6, and assignment 8 is what you will plug into your very own weapon of mass education. And then underneath, you're going to put the title reflection, and you will write your reflection filling out the criteria based on what I had here, what I'm asking for in that scenario. Telling me 3 takeaways from this course that will help you move forward in your teaching or career practice. Maybe you're not a teacher, maybe you're using it for something else. I have had that in the past. Okay, there are a couple other examples as well. Here's a completed version from my business law course. That's a very simple, and I renamed the links to give them specific meaning, so when my students used it, they would know what they were looking for. And that's what I kind of want for you as well. I want you to take something from this course, not kind of, I do. I want you to take something from this course that you can literally implement tomorrow in your class. Okay, and I've had a lot of students actually do that. And here's a more comprehensive version of my business law. That was a simple version just to keep it easy, but over time this is what I was building, and it's actually more complex than this. This is just the old example that I have. So I've had a teacher in my own building that he took my classes and then he took it way further, and he puts a link in for every day of every piece of instruction that he gives, and it's pretty impressive. And I mean, the document itself is 4 or 5 pages long, but it does it. It's dated and it has the name of what they're doing, and it's phenomenal. It goes way beyond the simple basic Google version that I'm trying to make here, and he's fantastic for doing that. So just to get you used to using Google and try to help make your classroom more efficient. That's really the goal. That's what sparked this for me. I took a class in 2015 from Fort Hays State University, and then I turned it in. They ended up having this instructional technology degree that you could get, and I just ran with it. And this was one of the first things that I came up with from taking those classes. I just kind of developed my own weapon of mass education and ran with it from there. So I highly recommend that if you like this stuff and you understand after you're done taking this course how the linking of information works and how you can use that to help yourself in the classroom, that's awesome, and I hope it does that for you. I really like it. If nothing else, for sub days, I can just put this sub plan, I can make a sub plan and put all the links out there for every kid who needs whatever work they need for the day I'm going to be gone, and they don't have any excuses. It's right there in front of them. All they have to do is go pull it from the web or their email, or if you have Google Classroom, I have Google Classroom, I just post it in there and they have to take it from there. So it's pretty handy in those situations as well. So briefly about myself, I teach at Goddard High School here in Goddard, Kansas. I have a wife and 2 kids, Austin and Mackenzie. Here's a picture of them real quick if you want to look in my little mirror. Austin is the 3-year-old in the big jacket, and Mackenzie's 8, and Kendra is my wife, and we've enjoyed our lives here in Goddard, America, and we've enjoyed about 15 years in education, and we're looking for 15 more, and this is one of the things that's keeping it fresh and ready for me to continue to build on my career. Speaking of building on your career, one last shameful plug and then I'll let you guys go. If you enjoy this class and you like the sequence of it and everything and you want to learn more about Google, I also offer Google Intermediate. It starts about the last week of this class, maybe a little bit before the last week of this class. So keep your eyes open for Google Intermediate. If you're liking this class and you think it's a good flow for you, I'd highly recommend you take that. It picks up right where we left off with this. It'll show you some things like how to use Google Classroom, using Twitter, or using Spark, Adobe Spark. And then you see the video I've created here. It'll also teach you how to do that for your own students. So when you're gone, not only can you leave them a Google Doc, you could also make a video and give them instruction that way too. It's a super handy tool. But that's it. I won't shamelessly plug anymore. Thank you again for taking the course. I really look forward to working with all of you, and please don't hesitate to ask any questions. All right, have a good evening.